How's it going, everyone? My name is Jimbo Slice. Welcome to Episode 6 of the Bostonian Wrestling Watchers podcast. I am with two of my very good friends. Say hello, Matt and Bobby.
Hey. Oh, what up, my homies?
How's it going? Today...
What's up, my dudes? What's Gucci, my peeps?
Today in this podcast, we are going to... I made a list here in front of me. Today in the podcast, we are going to be talking about 10 superstars that need to return to the WWE to have one final match before they officially retire their professional wrestling career. So let's get on with the topic. So the first on the list, the first superstar I have is Chris Jericho.
You want to see him back in WWE?
Heck yeah, no. I want to see him back in the WWE.
No. I mean, honestly, I kind of would too.
I want to see him have one more world title shot.
Take him back.
Even though Chris Jericho is in AEW, I feel like there is going to be a peak in his time where he fakes getting injured and he's going to sign back to WWE for at least, it may not even be a full year. It could be like 6 months. Even, do they have 6-month contracts?
Yeah.
He could sign one of those. And then he could move on to WWE. What superstar would you like him to face for his final match? If he does have one.
What I want him to face?
Yeah.
I want to see Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, I could say. I was gonna either say Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold, The Rock, or Triple H.
Shawn Michaels, because what happened last time in the Crown Jewel in 2018.
Yeah.
That was embarrassing.
Yeah.
We all saw the match.
Yep.
It was hard at times.
That's right. But yeah, I think Chris Jericho's final opponent should be at least.
Yeah, but Chris Jericho is still good.
Oh yeah. I mean, the guy's doing, a killing in AEW. He's already been the first ever AEW World Champion. So the guy is very successful. I would like to see him face, on my opinion, Triple H at an upcoming WrestleMania. It could be within less than a decade from now. But Chris Jericho is definitely a superstar I want to see have one final match. That is number one. Number two on the list, I have Matt Hardy.
I'm not sure about Matt Hardy.
I don't know. He wasn't treated properly. I will come out and say that. He wasn't treated properly. He had a crappy promo with Randy Orton a couple weeks ago, and that was his actual final moment in WWE on TV.
The promo with Randy Orton was good.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think that promo with Randy Orton, I think that definitely had made a kickstart for the Edge and Randy Orton match at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
I think that definitely struck the match to the flame, to get it going. But I think Matt Hardy, if I were to see Matt Hardy return back to the WWE for one final match, I feel like it should be against his own brother.
Yeah.
I don't know. Either Matt Hardy versus Edge, because they have a past of, the storyline between Edge, Lita, and Matt Hardy. That was actually one of the greatest promos of Matt Hardy's career. I think Matt Hardy going back to the WWE for one final match, I would definitely put my money down to see that. I think it should either be against two opponents, Jeff Hardy, his brother, or Edge. But the stipulation should be like a hardcore match or Extreme Rules or
Broken Matt Hardy versus the Fiend Bray Wyatt.
Yes. I would actually like to see that.
The Fiend character.
Yeah, I would actually like to see that.
In a Firefly
deletion match or something like that.
Yeah.
That would actually.
Firefly Funhouse match is like the ultimate deletion.
Yeah, that would honestly be like
a year ago or 2 years ago.
Oh, definitely. I would actually love to see that match. Any of those three opponents I'd be down to watch for one final return of Matt Hardy.
I think John Cena deserves one final match.
One final match? Oh, he's already... it should have been for the Universal title. Should have been for the Universal title, I must say. But,
Roman's out of WrestleMania.
Roman's out of WrestleMania.
And Braun Strowman's going to be taking his place, I heard.
I think Matt Riddle will either Braun Strowman, Matt Riddle, or I even heard
Sorry if you hear my dog.
I heard the Big Show was going to return, but that's not going to happen.
You can hear my dog in the background. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's fine. So that was number 2, Matt Hardy. Number 3 on the list is none other than Cody Rhodes.
No.
I would like to see Cody Rhodes come back for one final match, but it should be against one of his greatest rivalries, Randy Orton. I would like to see Cody Rhodes, or would you actually like to see Cody Rhodes versus Triple H?
Cody Rhodes versus Brother Dustin.
Brother Dustin.
They already did that in AEW.
Yeah.
Again.
In WWE. Goldust, yeah. I would like to see.
Confirmed.
So I think that Cody Rhodes has definitely had a bright future with the WWE. His last few months with the WWE hasn't been his greatest, but I did like when he won the tag team championship with Goldust against the Shield. And I honestly thought that was one of his best moments in WWE. I did like his that trio there, Ted DiBiase Jr., Cody Rhodes, and Randy Orton Legacy. I did like that trio back in 2009 through 2010. I think that Randy Orton would definitely be a fit opponent for Cody Rhodes' last match if he does sign back to the WWE for like a 6-month or even year deal. I would definitely love to see that. So
I got a wrestler I want to see come back.
Who's that?
I guess everyone wants to see him back, but it's CM Punk.
Okay, as soon as you said that, I knew exactly.
Yeah.
Everyone.
That man has made such a...
In general, not just WWE.
Oh, yeah, pro wrestling, definitely.
Like, CM Punk versus AJ Styles, CM Punk versus Seth Rollins, even.
Yeah.
CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan.
Yep.
Well, they didn't have it before, but...
Oh, yeah.
Didn't want to see it again.
Yep, that's right. So,
the opponents for CM Punk.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Even outside WWE, CM Punk versus Kenny Omega, CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes.
I think that any opponent for CM Punk would just be fit. But anyways, number 4 on the superstars that I would like to see have one final match is number 4 is The Rock.
Oh.
That man is, I consider him still fit to wrestle, you know?
The most electrifying man in sports entertainment?
Heck yeah, I want to see him fight again. He hasn't stopped. I mean, that man is making a killing in Hollywood, you know, filming all these movies. I think he should really come back to WWE for one final match because he really hasn't. WrestleMania 32 does not count as his final match against Eric Rowan. That match did not count, in my opinion, because it didn't even last 10 seconds. It was just a rock bottom, boom, 1, 2, 3, crowd went wild, Wyatt family almost attacked The Rock, John Cena came out, and that was the segment. I think The Rock's final WWE opponent would either be 3 men. 1, John Cena. 2, Triple H. Or 3, Chris Jericho.
Or Roman Reigns.
Well, yes. Make it 4. Roman Reigns. 4 superstars I would like to see The Rock make his final match in the WWE against. Those four superstars. Would you guys pay to see that match?
No.
Why not?
I don't pay to see any matches in WWE.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. But I think that The Rock is just made... He's very successful. He's been, as we go back to the Attitude Era, he has such a rivalry with Stone Cold, you know, Mankind, the Lock and Socken connection, him against Kane, him against Undertaker, whoever. Honestly, I want to see The Rock definitely come back to the WWE for one final time. I expect that to happen before the man retires. I expect that to happen. No matter what age he is, he's still doing good. He's still fit. He's still working out. I always see, his posts on social media. He's still at the gym. The guy's in shape. I'm not gonna lie. I think he does have the capability of returning back to the ring for one final match against four of those superstars. But anyways, number 5 on the superstars that should make one final WWE appearance is none other than Rowdy Ronda Rousey.
Oh, yeah.
So let's get into this female athlete. Ronda Rousey became Raw Women's Championship back in SummerSlam 2008 when she made Alexa Bliss tap out to the armbar, or whatever her submission is.
The armbar.
Yeah, the armbar. I think Ronda Rousey, she's still, there's no denying that she's still in shape, obviously. She's still young, healthy. She's definitely gonna, I think, be back in the WWE.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think? Who do you think Ronda Rousey's final opponent, if she does come back, should be?
Final opponent, I feel like they should do the 4 Horsewomen of WWE versus the 4 Horsewomen of UFC.
Yeah,
They've been planning. I heard that was rumored for a long time now.
Yeah.
But, singles match, I'd say Becky Lynch or Shayna Baszler.
Yeah, I was thinking Shayna Baszler. I was even thinking Rhea Ripley, to be honest.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I honestly think that those. What about? I was gonna say either Rhea Ripley, Shayna Baszler, Becky Lynch, or even what's her face, Charlotte Flair. I would like to see that match because they're obviously pushing Charlotte Flair. She's probably going to win the NXT Championship, the NXT Women's Championship at WrestleMania 36. I think that Ronda Rousey would should definitely come back to the WWE before she retires pro wrestling, whatever. She should definitely come back. But, I think, yeah. But anyways, number 6 on the list for returning superstars back to the WWE for one final match is none other than Stone Cold Steve Austin. That man better, I don't want to say soon, but time's ticking, let me just say. Time is ticking. Who would you like to see Stone Cold Steve Austin if he were to go wrestle at like a Saudi Arabia show, like Crown Jewel?
Big Show in an old timers match.
I would actually like to see that. Big Show, even The Rock. I would like to see someone like
Cena,
The Undertaker,
Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Anyone really can fill that role. If Stone Cold's involved, people are going to be interested.
Oh, most definitely.
Same with The Rock, John Cena,
Ronald McDonald, most definitely.
I want to see Ronald McDonald face Stone Cold.
Well, he's going to give Ronald McDonald that stunner.
Burger King,
Wendy, yep.
The Colonel.
That's
Colonel
right.
Hogan versus Colonel Clink.
Oh, man.
Schultz is the guest referee.
Yep.
Boy, where did this conversation go?
I have no clue. Stone Cold Steve Austin, I feel like should definitely fight. Even Triple H, I would like to see Triple H. 5 opponents I would like to see him fight for his final match. The Rock, Triple H, Undertaker, Seth Rollins, or John Cena. John Cena. I was thinking, Vince McMahon. Honestly.
Vince McMahon, buried alive match.
Honestly, I would like to see Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Vince McMahon. Even have it make Vince McMahon's last final match. I mean, if you think about it, Stone Cold and Steve Austin and Vince McMahon's rivalry had definitely helped make WWE to what it is today, that rivalry. Stone Cold was definitely the face of the Attitude Era. no doubt about it. Stone Cold was definitely the face of the Attitude Era. I think Stone Cold should definitely come back. He's still in shape. Stone Cold, he's getting older, but I think he definitely has the capability to come back in the ring as well. On my opinion, but we'll see what happens if it does happen. But that's just a dream superstar I'd like to see back in the ring one more time.
You know what I want to see?
Who's that?
Fit Finley.
Fit Finley? I would actually like to see that. Hornswoggle.
Horny Swoggle.
Oh yeah.
I miss who do I miss? Snitsky.
Snitsky. Oh yeah, going back to like the mid
He
2005, 2007. Oh yeah. But anyways, number 7 on the list is none other than the Demon Kane.
The mayor.
The devil's favorite demon. The Big
mayor?
Red Machine. Kane for one final WWE match. Who do you think it should be? I think it should be either the Undertaker.
Team Hell No one last time.
I was gonna say either the Undertaker or Daniel Bryan for his last opponent. I think that he is the mayor, but he is a mayor, and
Was CZ the mayor of again?
oh, I was trying to think.
Tennessee, I think.
Yeah, I think that's it. What is it? Anyways, it'll come to me. But yeah, I would like to see Kane. Who would you like to see Kane compete against in his final WWE match?
Daniel Bryan.
Yeah. I would like to see either Daniel Bryan or The Undertaker.
Did you just say Jimmy Snuka?
Jimmy Snuka. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he's the... I believe he is the mayor of Tennessee. Knoxville. That's it. It came to mind. Knoxville, Tennessee. He is the mayor. I think Kane should definitely put on the big red mask one more time as he steps foot in a WWE ring. Whether it's at WrestleMania, Crown Jewel, Super Showdown, any pay-per-view, I would like to see him wrestle against The Undertaker or Daniel Bryan.
Like beating up Pete Rose.
What was that?
Pete Rose versus Donald Trump.
Oh my
Pete Rose was Kane.
Oh man. But yeah, I would
try to kick it.
I don't know. So number 8 on the superstar I'd like to see back to the ring is none other than the icon Sting.
Sting will never be back in WWE.
Yeah, he physically can't.
The people doubted him back when he fought Triple H at WrestleMania 31. People doubted him.
When Triple H took the dub for no reason.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like Sting should have definitely won that match.
Yeah, he should.
It should have been his final match. But if he does come back to the WWE, I think he should fight the Undertaker.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If that is possible now, because time is ticking. I would love to see him in one WWE match. He's such a WCW legend, even a WWE. I do think that Sting would definitely be a fit opponent for either The Undertaker or John Cena. No, man. I was thinking John Cena at first, but now that I think about it, I think it should be The Fiend. The Fiend should. I think The Fiend should definitely retire Sting. I don't know. I feel like that should definitely be a dream. That's definitely a dream match. I feel like that match
should. You're the old guys, huh?
Oh yeah. I feel like
There's only like 2 young people.
Oh, yeah. I feel like they need to come back. Just for one... Not for a full, contract, not a full year thing, just one final match. I think that they still have it in them. But it has to be soon because time is ticking. And I think that everyone would want to see one final match, on my opinion. But, it's just my thought. So number 9 on this list is another young superstar. A young diva, actually. She was beaten by Nikki Bella. And Nikki Bella took her longest title reign, none other than AJ Lee.
No.
AJ Lee
doesn't return. AJ Lee should return.
AJ Lee was definitely the spark of the women's division to what it is now. Her and Paige had definitely they were definitely the start of that. The 4 horsewomen, Becky Lynch, Charlotte, Sasha Banks, and Bayley were part of it, but I do think that AJ Lee was the main diva in woman that had started this whole women's revolution.
It's not back no more Madden talk. Let's go.
Who would you like to see AJ Lee fight if she does come back to the ring for one final match? Who would you like to see her fight?
Anyone on the women's roster, really.
Yeah. I would personally like to see AJ Lee versus Charlotte.
Shayna
Baszler, Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
All of them.
I would personally like to see Charlotte.
Charlotte, oh.
The Black Widow versus the Figure 4. I would love to see that.
That'd be okay. I'm not gonna say it'd be great. I'm not gonna say that'd be bad.
I feel like it would just be like a Night of Champions or a Clash of Champions match. I feel like a true WrestleMania.
AJ Lee is gonna return. It's not gonna be for anything less than a WrestleMania title shot.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think that AJ Lee should fight either against Charlotte, but now that I think about it more, it should be Paige if Paige does return. It should be Paige if Paige comes back to the ring. But AJ Lee is definitely.
She will never be able to come back to that ring.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like.
I mean, we all thought Edge would never get back to the ring.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
And Daniel Bryan too.
Yeah, I was actually just about to say that. Daniel Bryan. Yeah, honestly, her and CM Punk. But anyways, the final number 10 on the list.
You keep saying the final.
Yeah, the final superstar is none other than the Straight Edge Society leader, CM Punk.
Didn't we already say him?
Yeah, but that was when, I think we were talking about either Stone Cold or Kane. But now we get to focus mainly on CM Punk. Me personally, I think CM Punk, if he were to come back either to AEW, New Japan Wrestling, Ring of Honor, TNA, WWE, anything, he should fight. In WWE, I do think he should fight John Cena.
Yeah.
He should relive that Money in the Bank 2011 match. That was a 5-star match. That match was awesome. That match was definitely CM Punk's greatest match of all time. He took the WWE title. Everyone thought he would.
Yeah.
He would.
CM Punk versus Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
28, that was really good.
WrestleMania 28 and then Extreme Rules. That match.
His match with Brock Lesnar was sick.
Oh yeah, the Best in the World versus the Beast.
Lesnar. Pipe bombs.
Yep.
His promos, he's just the best.
Oh, honestly.
He's the best in the world.
He has made such an impact. I mean, people still now and then, I haven't heard a chant in a while, but people still chant his name.
Especially when they're bored.
Yeah.
Like
I think CM Punk we should definitely, if CM Punk is listening to this podcast right now, I hope you don't mind me calling by your real name, Phil. I think you should come back to the WWE. Not a contract, not a full-time contract, but one more match, please. I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but I beg of you, please.
Vince won't let it happen.
He was my childhood hero for WWE. When I first started WWE, that man has made such an impact. That man, like the longest reigning WWE champion, not Brock Lesnar because that's the Universal Champion, but at the time, CM Punk, longest reigning WWE Championship.
Wait, did AJ Styles break that record? Or did he come close?
I think he came close. CM Punk was WWE Champion for 434 days, since he was beaten by The Rock at Royal Rumble 2013, and when he won it against Alberto Del Rio, Survivor Series 2011.
He didn't have to win the match, but he could have just been in the main event.
I have something to say.
What's that?
What?
Happy birthday to the late, great Kurt Hennig.
Today's his birthday?
Today's his, what would have been his 63rd?
Oh, happy birthday.
Late birthday. Well,
May you be remembered.
yeah, he was born 1958 and he died in 2003.
Oh, it's a shame. Happy birthday, Kurt. Everybody misses you. Rest in peace. You will never be forgotten.
Well,
but
in like 1,000 years it might.
Yeah, in 1,000 years, in a millennium. But I do think, getting back to like CM Punk, I do think that CM Punk would definitely be a superstar that should come back to a WWE ring. If not WWE, I'd like to see him back in Ring of Honor.
Whatever.
I'd like to see him fight Ring of Honor. CM Punk should fight John Cena. He should fight John Cena. My pick. Who do you guys think CM Punk should fight for his last match? You were saying like everyone earlier, like even Seth Rollins,
AJ Styles,
Chris Jericho. You were mentioning. The Rock.
They did have.
The Undertaker.
I'm not sure about Undertaker.
Yeah, I was gonna say. We already
match.
saw that match, WrestleMania 29.
What match? What match?
Brock Lesnar. I was gonna say that, but we already got that.
Again.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. I would love to see that.
Oh man, oh boy.
Oh, I would. Now that I think about it, CM Punk versus the Rattlesnake. I'd be so down to actually watch that match. Honestly, like CM Punk and Stone Cold Steve Austin's like little, back and forth back in 2011. CM Punk with the skull shirt.
Come back.
He should most definitely fight Stone Cold. You know what? Get rid of John Cena. Stone Cold Steve Austin is my pick. John Cena, with all due respect, I pick the Rattlesnake.
Iron Sheik.
The Iron Sheik. You
Gorilla
think that?
Monsoon.
Are you just listing off a bunch of legends?
No. Jimmy Superfly Snuka in a triple threat match for the WWF title.
The World Wrestling Federation. But anyways,
The Wildlife Foundation.
Yep. But anyways, yeah, I think that's gonna wrap up the podcast. Is there any other?
Don't we usually do an overview of what happened during the week?
Yeah, I was gonna say to the audience, like, I think I'm gonna start to mix things up because I think like everybody watches Raw, SmackDown, NXT every week. They already know what happens, but we can do that towards the end of every podcast. But I'm starting to make every podcast like a new topic. Not just like.
We should talk about Roman not being in the main event of WrestleMania.
Yeah, we can talk about that starting right now.
I don't blame him. I really don't.
Yeah, he kind of has to. When you think about it.
The Miz, Killer Cross made could be making his appearance in 2 weeks when Johnny Gargano fights Tommaso Ciampa inside that empty building with one referee and one ring.
An empty build. Is that what happened on NXT this week?
Yeah. Triple H, Johnny Gargano, and Tommaso Ciampa had an epic segment with Triple H in the ring. Triple H said that this is their final match in NXT. I think he was meaning towards like Raw. I think just in good, like in general, their final match. And if they throw hands at each other after this match, you know what happens? They're both fired.
Okay, they say that, but that really means they'll just show up on another brand.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know whether or not they're fired from, it's obviously a part of the storyline, but they're not actually going to be fired from the WWE, but it should definitely, I would want to see DIY back. But we obviously know Killer Kross is going to be making an appearance during that one-on-one match. I'm calling it right now. 2 weeks from this past Wednesday, so couple 2 weeks ahead. So that's a match I'm looking forward to. What else happened this week on Raw? That was NXT. AEW, Matt Hardy had an epic promo with Chris Jericho to shut off the show. Sammy Guevara versus Kenny Omega. Yep. I love pro wrestling right now. It's honestly such a big.
Well, I mean, since every other sport's kind of canceled, so.
Yeah. But anyways, that was a short, brief recap of this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. I think that will end the podcast. We will see you guys next week, episode 7. See you guys all later.
Bye.